It was a joy to watch pitch, and it was fun to be a part of the ceremony tonight to induct Johan Santana into the Twins Hall of Fame, and we have him in the booth here in the fourth inning. First pitch fouled off a foot, strike one. Well, you got
welcome aboard.
Yeah, you got the speech over and done with now, and I bet that's a nice relief, isn't it?
It is.
Is there anybody that you forgot to thank?
There's a lot of them, and all kinds of teammates that I had, from my whole career.
Well, congratulations again.
Job.
And I'm not the one to welcome you to the club, but Bert just did. It's got to make you feel really good to be part of Twins immortality.
Thank you. I'm very proud to be part of it. We work hard, I have fun, and everything paid off. That's basically what it is.
Week 2 hopper to Forsythe, and the first out of the fourth inning off the bat of Rosell Herrera.
I got to go back a little bit, Johan. Okay, 2000, you became a Rule 5 player coming to the Twins, and I think you were what, in low A ball, you said?
I was in middle A. Midwest League. For us, with Houston at the time, I was middle A.
Okay. Did you have any anticipation? I mean, Rule 5, when did you find out that, hey, I have to be with that club the whole year, or they're going to have to offer me back?
I didn't even know what Rule 5 was.
Yeah, right.
It's true. And then they explained to me how the whole process works, and I was like, oh, wow, now I have a chance to be in the big leagues. And I remember talking to, when I came to the Twins, talking to my scout, the guy who signed me, Andres Rayner, and then he was hoping that I didn't make the team so I can go back to Houston. And then I was like, whatever happens, I'm happy here. I couldn't believe that I was at the major league level with the Minnesota Twins, but I was having a great time, and these guys welcomed me really nicely, and then the rest is history.
Well, you give a lot of guys credit when you came up. You had Eddie Gordado, I believe, down there. You had J.C. Romero. Guys that, even talking to Tom Kelly when you came up, he said, I had to keep them all year. They weren't going to get rid of you. They saw something in you. Now, the next year, you went down to AAA.
No, actually not.
You started with the Twins?
The following year, I started with the team.
Okay.
And then I remember going into 21 games.
Ball driven to the gap, and Cave will feel it on the first hop. Does a nice job getting it back in quickly. First and second, one down.
2001, I started with the team, and I remember, I didn't pitch for like 21 days, and I called my agent, and I asked my agent, hey, can you please ask him to send me down to AAA?
Yeah, you want to pitch.
Because I wanted to pitch, and he told me, Johan, are you sure about that? And like, Peter, yes, I'm sure about that. Why? You're the only player who ever asked me to be demoted. Most of the times I always asked to be promoted. You're asking to be demoted.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I'm here because I want to pitch. I want to be part of the team, and I want to pitch. I want to compete. I'm not a tourist. I don't want to go to nice hotels and nice cities. I just want to pitch. And then that same day I was throwing bullpen. They put me to throw live BP, and then they told me I'm not going anywhere. And then the following year in 2002, that's when I started the season in AAA and went there to work. And then I started working on my changeup and trying to become a starter. And that's how everything started.
We talked a little bit yesterday, and Dick, I think you talked. Bobby Cuellar helped you out a lot. You already had the circle changeup. What made it as good as it became?
Because when I went to AAA, I had all the time of the world to work on being started, on working on that pitch. When you work as a starter and you have to pitch every 5 days, you have all the time of the world to get ready. Mm-hmm. It's up to you to set everything up and understand what's going on. When you are in the bullpen, the things are different. Either you come in and you get an out, or you are out of the game. So I learned how to be both of them. But at the end of the day, I wanted to be started, and that's when I went to AAA and worked on all my pitches, working on my fastballs, on my little sinker, because I had a sinker. I had a two-seamer fastball. It wasn't a big one, but it was there. It was a little different. I had my slider. I had like two different sliders. One was tight, quicker, and another one was a little bigger. And then I had my changeup. And my changeup, I would throw two different ways. One to go away, and one to go straight down to hit the plate.
When you look at a guy like Berrios right here. He's got a good fastball. He has a couple type of different breaking balls. Got a little movement on to almost a two-seam fastball. Change up. I mean, this guy right now is probably, he and Gibson have been a great 1-2.
You know, when you have the ability to control the strike zone, both sides of the plate, and then you have movement, and then you can change speeds, you're putting yourself in a good position to be successful. And I think you see that pitch right there. That little move, you know, all it takes is the right location.
But see, you learned that. You learned that.
That's
it takes
correct.
time for him too, you know. And I learned that.
Everything.
You come up, you want to overthrow everything. You want to strike everybody out, but all of a sudden you say, you know what? I might be able to get out of an inning on 4 or 5 pitches. If I throw the right spot.
That's correct. You know, see, one of the things that I learned with Andy, with Rick Anderson, how to.
Ball, third strike, 2 down.
Now you see that right there. He went two-seam fastballs. Then he went the 4-seam fastball and froze Escobar.
Yeah, that's
good
what
pitch. Remember the 2 prior pitches ran in.
Yep.
Well, look at this one. That's great.
Yeah. See, pitching is all about inches. You know, that right there, 2 inches in or 2 inches into the plate or 2 inches into the hitter makes a big difference.
Oh, yes.
Baseball is a game about inches, and I learned that. You know, 2 inches makes a big difference. When you get the strike zone, or not the strike zone, but you get the home plate. When you throw BP or you throw bullpens, I work on controlling the inside part of the plate by a couple inches. And they become, when you control that, it becomes a game of mistakes. If you make one mistake, you're gonna pay for it, because if you throw 2 inches into the middle, you're gonna get hurt.
I have 2 baseballs here. They're about 3.5 inches wide. You know, that 17-inch plate. You can make it a 23-inch plate.
That's correct.
By hitting the spots of that strike zone. If this is the strike zone, if you can throw that ball right there, and then also on the other side right there, all of a sudden that 17-inch plate is a bigger.
That's exactly right. You know, and what I tried to do early in the game was establish that strike zone right there, those corners. And when the umpire give it to you, now you know. You control that. Now you open up the strike zone, and that's going to help you open up and make your other pitches better. And that's exactly how it works.
Let me ask you something. When you were pitching, there were American League umpires, National League umpires, correct? They didn't have all the other umpires under one hat.
No, I think they had American League, and then they had like interleague games. But I think they
right. But you normally had, if you played American League team, they were American League umpires.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it's harder to pitch today, because even though Todd Tishner is behind the plate, he may not have seen, you know, Berrios out on the mound. What does he feature? Would he throw a 3-2 breaking ball on a 3-2?
See, that's why when I every game that I started, I wanted to make sure I established the strike zone early in the count. I mean, early in the game.
And you work quick too. You had good.
Yes, but you know, that's when I was getting hurt. We got to get them, because I talked to other players then later. They have to get me in the first couple innings, because they knew I was trying to establish a strike zone.
Well, this was at Shea Stadium years ago, a little more than 11 years ago.
I remember.
Sure, you don't want to be a barber?
You know, that's an easy job right there.
Well, guys, I've got something here for you, Johan.
No, I think it's my turn.
Is it your turn?
No, he already got me. How about you?
No. This is between you two guys.
Is that why? Why is it between us if it's yours?
I just thought I'd give you the opportunity to pay him back after 11 years.
You know what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to tell you the same thing I told him. Be careful what you wish for, and be careful when you challenge me. Because you have that thing in your hand, and the chances are that I might end up with that and might cut your hair too.
You know what? I would make that same bet again, because at that time, the Mets had the best hitting ball club in the National League when we played them in interleague play. And you were on back of the bus. Not too many guys were there, and I remember you saying, something about, we weren't scoring a lot of runs back then. And I think I said to you, if you pitch a shutout, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. One thing led to another, and I opened my mouth, and I said, you pitch a shutout, I'll let you shave my head. I don't know if you brought that into the ball game,
of course,
started thinking about it.
No, I did, you know, because you challenged me. I had a reason to go out there. You always find a reason, you know, to keep yourself motivated for this, you know. And then I remember exactly when I got that last out. I was like, yeah, I was now gonna get him tomorrow.
I thought
and he better pay for it. You know.
And you did. It's okay. It grew back, kind of.
Yeah,
Kinda.
but I think it's not the same anymore.
No, it's not the same color anymore. I know that. All right, so I should put this away. You're not going to volunteer to let Bert make things even?
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that.
No, you know what? No, I take a challenge, but in the future, though.
I said there was no bet now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe
But we're gonna come up with something.
And Morrison drops a base hit into short center field. Escobar, the shortstop, made a swipe for it with his glove. Kept it airborne for a while, but it'll drop for a one-out single.
Well, he's kind of getting, you know, high fives or low fives right there because, I mean, if you watch what he did right there, he tried to hit it to where maybe he hit it up in the air. And
the old tip drill in football.
Right. You got, you got the center fielder Phillips coming in. You got the second baseman Merrifield right there, but the ball just hit the grass, so it's a base hit for Morrison. Third hit for the Twins.
And now Sano hit one off the end of the bat to the shortstop, leading off the second inning. What are you up to these days, other than making Hall of Fame induction speeches? Home
with my kids and my family. You know, my wife and my kids. We're down in Fort Myers, and just being a parent, being a husband, and you know, just enjoying my life. You know,
we have a beautiful family.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. We spend so much time, you know, playing baseball and doing stuff. In the last 2 or 3 years, I had the opportunity to be home every single day. To be honest to you, it took me a while to adapt to the whole thing. You know, getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and then going to bed at 8, 9 o'clock at night was not easy. But now I got to adjust to it, and I really like it.
Would you like to stay in the game? You could have a great future as a coach, as a broadcaster.
You know, I'm open. You know, I don't know exactly what the future holds for me, but I think
there's your son
everything.
Right
yeah, that's my little buddy. You know, he's a great guy, man. We have some fun together, and he's one of the reasons why, you know, right now I made that decision of retire. You know, because they need me too. You know, as much as I love the game, you know, I love my family, and it's just physically. It wasn't there for me to compete at the level that I was competing.
And I want to congratulate you too. I know you had that bowling, you know, tournament the other night that raises money not only for the Twins Community Fund but also for your charity down. That's nice that you give back like you do.
I know where I came from, you know, and I know the needs we have back home, you know, and everything started here in 2006 when we took that fire truck, you know, to my hometown back in 2006, and ever since it never stopped, you know. And every year we hand out toys to all the kids in our hometown. We hand out over 10,000 toys a year. Wow. And we've been doing it for 12 years, and I'm very proud of that. And then to me, all that matters is to see that smile and those faces. You know, it makes the whole world to me and to my family, and I want to continue with that.
Well, you made a lot of people smile around here, and I know you have a special place in your heart for this region, Twins fans in general, wherever they might be. And you said the other day, or I'll let you say it now, what this honor means, being inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame.
It's everything. You know, everything that I have, everything that I have done is because of the Minnesota Twins.
Congratulations, Johan. Great to see you. It was a joy to watch you pitch.
Appreciate it.
You're in this exclusive club.
Looking forward to see you guys. Thank you.